Hello, Taurus. This will be your monthly tarot reading for January 2021. I got a new spread that I'm doing on this month. I'm going to be doing 4 cards, one for each week of January, and then I'll be doing 3 cards underneath. One is for early week, midweek, and late week of January. And then I will finish it all off with an oracle card from the Flower of Life Oracle. So let's go ahead and get started. Universe, what does Taurus need to know this month? January 2021, top of the deck with clarification if necessary. So let's go ahead and get started. Here we go. We get 10 of Discs Legacy. Absolutely beautiful. Wow. Good start. The Two of Cups, Love. The Hierophant, Spirituality. This is like one of my favorite cards. And the Star, Faith. Wishes coming true here. Okay, clarification for this 10 of Discs week. 3 cards, top of the deck. Ooh, I need to shuffle some more. They did not like that. That was not good energy. They disagreed with me, in other words. Okay, here we go. We get the 6 of Wands, Victory. The Ace of Discs, Formation. The Sun, Illumination. Boy, the first week of January for you is a very beautiful week. We get the 9 of Discs, the King of Cups, the 6 of Discs, Generosity. Wow, Taurus, the Prince of Wands, Visionary, the Lover's Marriage, and the 10 of Swords, Closure. We get the Queen of Cups, Reflective, for beginning week. We get the Death card, Transition, for midweek. And we get the 6 of Swords, Ascension, for late week, last week of January. So whatever you were working on and formulating and getting your freedom on, you're going to get the freedom from it. The closure of this situation will come at the end of the 3rd week of January, but of course we know with tarot, time is fluid, everything's changeable, but as things go, your closure for this situation, this painful situation I'm feeling has to do with relationships, is going to come for you at the end of the 3rd week of January, and then the transition will happen, things will start working out, and the ascension will come for the 6 of Swords. For anybody that's having relationship issues or types of pains to deal with that, you can find the closure here. But otherwise, if nobody's really dealing with, or if anybody else is not really dealing with relationship issues, this is a very, very beneficial building month for you financially. This is a lot of love, a lot of support, a lot of bonding, a lot of building. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's start on this first week of January. We get the 10 of Discs, Legacy. This is building your home. This is building with your family. This is your reputation. This is your standing in society, how you are perceived. The first part of the week, we get the 6 of Wands, Victory. So that change that you were wanting within your family unit is happening for you. If you were like trying to sell your house, you're going to have a lot of victory in this. If you were waiting on a loan, you're going to have victory here. If it's anything that you were building with your family or hoping for your family here, with the Star as well, with this wishing, you start to form it here. You get that word, you can proceed, the times are over, that hard stuff is over, you could start that building that family again. You're going to have that victory for whatever you invested yourself into. Let me do a little bit more clarification on this victory. We get the Hermit, something you thought about a long time. Definitely your 7 of Discs investment and the 3 of Discs work. So this is something that you've been working on for a little while. The breakthrough is here. The breakthrough is here, and this starts midweek, the Ace of Discs formation. So you're going to be able to start planning where your finances go and start investing them beyond that victory, what you had worked on gets set to rest. You have conquered it, you have mastered it, and this is what's setting you up for your ability to start anew financially, to start new plans financially. All this stuff has been taken care of. End of the week, you're going to get the sun illumination. This is beautiful information coming to you. This is your soul on fire again. This is your passion, your burning, your the sun brings this newness to yourself. It brings this wholeness to yourself. So this midweek where you know that you can restart again, you're like, I can restart with anything that I want to do. I can start this again anew. And if you want to do it again, if you're done with this works, if you want to create more upon what you have already gotten victory on, absolutely do so. If you want to invest in stocks, now is the time. If you are investing in your business, don't be afraid to put the money into it, because there's going to be great success coming from this for you. If you were wanting to invest in starting a business, this is the time. Second week, this is the partnerships. This is the Two of Cups. The both of you enjoying this abundance, enjoying this planning, enjoying this environment of growth. You see the growth. Your gardens have bloomed. It is great for you here. Wow. Wow, Taurus. Financially and relationship-wise, it's strong. Okay, we're going to get to this third week here. This is more about relationships and higher self. The second week, midweek, you get the King of Cups responsive. Now, this is something that will fill the cup the rest of the way. You see the growth, and here is that word. You have made your plans. You know which path you're going to take. Relationships are supportive and loving. Your cups are overflowing, and here is that word from banks or businesses or large financial institutions. I'm getting, it's not quite the King of Pentacles that knows how to run the whole thing, but this is definitely, I'm getting like real estate. I'm getting like closings on your new home, closing maybe a new vehicle, but you're definitely getting that go ahead, that cup is full. Like, I am the master of my reality here, and life is going great. At the end of the week, it's a Six of Discs, generosity. Now, with great fortune comes great generosity, and a Taurus is one of the most generous signs. You guys really are. I mean, on the negative end of the spectrum, you can become self-delusioned and greedy, but a true Taurus has an open heart and is very nurturing and generous. So you're going to be in a place to start dispensing a lot of your accumulation here. And this is really going to bring you joy, because you love to give, you love to see people grow. I mean, this is all about gardens, and Taurus, I know you love your gardens, and I know you love your home and nature, and definitely enveloping that whole sense of renewal, of growth into this situation of generosity. The third week here, now that everything's set in your material world, you can start focusing on your internal world, and that's what this week is going to be about. This is going to be focusing on your higher self. What brings you satisfaction? How you define yourself, your connection with your loved ones, with the ones around you, with gaining and passing knowledge. So if you're in school, this is definitely looking for a higher knowledge, maybe enrolling in school, something that will be beneficial to your growth. This is a lot of gaining of knowledge of self, of higher self desires, true heart space. And this is also feeling like universe is taking your hand in this, and that the cosmos have been guiding you. That's the energy flow of this week, because with this week you are a visionary, and you are watching all this unfold and making and those plans coming true, and you're starting to build for yourself here and moving your chariot with your power and your strength and your fortitude, because I know Taurus is steady. Taurus will work for it, and Taurus makes sure that it's done. With this, you have the Lover's card, which is also marriage. This is just bonding. This can be legal partnerships. This could be a new hobby, even a new skill that you've picked up. This could be going into business with somebody. Definitely a lot of contracts and agreements with each other. And at the end of the week, here comes the closure, because you're ready to let something go. Something here that isn't shown here, but just a holding on of an energy. Now, this is what I was talking about. If you are great in your relationship here, if you have a great marriage and all that stuff, you're not going to worry about this situation. But for those out there, something will come about in your partnerships that needed to find closure, something that was being brought along, and it's going to be like, oh man, and it feels like that you've just been holding a lot of responsibility in a situation, and you're choosing not to hold that responsibility anymore, is what I'm getting here. And that other person doesn't need to hold that responsibility of holding that energy anymore either. So you guys are going to find closure together. Okay. Let me do a little more on this closure, because I'm getting more than just that. So let's see what this is. The Six of Cups, joy, the Eight of Wands, shift, and the Eight of Cups, renunciation. Okay, so definitely you're focusing on shifting your perceptions to joy and putting a closure to this stressful, I'm not carrying that with me anymore energy in relationships, or just really just emotionality here, because you don't need to carry it anymore. It could be, our brains can get addicted to depression because that becomes our normal programming. And with all this great stuff coming on, we start to slip a little bit and say, am I really worthy of this? You absolutely are. Am I making the right decisions? A lot of self-doubt. You absolutely are. You're not running away from anything either. You're finding the closure and moving on. You're not walking away from anything. You're walking towards something with the cups you want to carry with you. This closure, this shift, and it is shifting to joy with you. So again, if you're having relationship issues, this needs to be done so you guys can know what to focus on together to bring you true joy, to focus on what you have together and what to build together. If you are going through a divorce, this is the closure here of this partnership. And it's a shift. And you're like, okay, I'm done with it now. This is a closing on a chapter with a person and carrying those emotions anymore. And you're finally ready to let that go, ready to let it go and move towards a new goal. So this is not running away. This is ending what was and moving towards a new way, because in here in the final week of January, we have the star, faith, knowing that your path is the right path for you, knowing that your wishes will come true. In the first week, it's the Queen of Cups. This is a person that sits around and looks at all the people around them and who they are within all of this, because we are just people are just reflections of our inner self, and if somebody's perceiving you as like stingy or something, you're like, well, am I? And this is just going to be a reflection and finding yourself within other people, what is truly you, what it is that is within you that you love and that you find powerful and that you decide to nurture, and what is just other people's opinions. And we know that people experience through their own scope of experience. They cope and they speak out of their own experience, not out of yours. Okay, and so we take it all with a grain of salt. We understand why they perceive things the way that they do, and you just see how you are reflected about your environment. This is the transition card, the death midweek, and then finally the Six of Swords, ascension. So definitely you're like, who am I and what do I want to do now? And you're like, okay, well, I'm going to make the moves here. And you're going to rise above it, because this closure card You're done with all that. And you are stepping above it this week. So it's only going to take you about a week for you to be like, okay, I'm cool. I'm done with this. So it's not going to be like traumatic. Oh, we're going to fight and I'm just going to be sad or something. Like, no, that's not what's happening here. Is if there is a separation from the person, it is for your betterment and you will ascend. This has been an expected thing. I'm not seeing like someone's going to break up with you out of the blue or anything. That's not what I'm getting here. What I'm getting is you are forming what you want and what is best for you, and to change that energy to joy and to let go of stuff that no longer brings you joy. That final transition comes here at the end of January and you rise above it. Look at you. Look at you, Taurus. Okay, I'm going to finish this off with an oracle card. Universe, what does Taurus need to know this month? What does Taurus need to know? We have knowing. What do you need to know? Knowing. Okay, Taurus. Within you reside great treasures, vast reserves of strength, courage, wisdom, compassion, and love. Open your heart and acknowledge your treasures that live within, for this calls forth infinite treasures from out there. You have so much worth. Listen to the whispers from your heart, for maybe it's time to create the life your soul has been nudging you toward. Right? Become aware and sense your body. Connect deeply within your breathing. Imagine you become your breath as it moves into its own natural rhythm. Allow thoughts to float by in your mind. There is no need to connect them. Just feel all being as it is. Open your heart and feel into the very being of you. Move through your day and night in the presence of your knowing. Definitely beautiful, Taurus, awesome, awesome month. That's what I have for you. If you like this video, go check out my other ones, like, subscribe, and I will see you again, Taurus.